This amazing Minecraft seed includes a mushroom village, a super rare way of the terrain generating, and it's super close to spawn. Let's check it out! Alright, here we are at the spawn point, which happens to be in a jungle, and we'll first go to the main part of the seed, which is of course the mushroom island right next to spawn. So basically here is spawn, and if we just travel south from spawn, we're going to come to this amazing desert area, and we'll look at the structures there in just a minute. And this is a small island actually on every side. And just over here you can see there is a desert village, but this desert village actually goes into the mushroom island as well. And there's tons of other really cool stuff on the seed. We're going to start off by checking out this. Oh, okay. So here's our desert village. Let's see if there's any good loot in here. There's always some really cool buildings like this one, very unique for the desert village, and of course this does stretch into the mushroom island, where literally no mobs can spawn. That also means we have some of this free hay here, which is super awesome. And just a really nice village to be on, especially if you do not want to fight mobs. You can just settle over here in the Mushroom Island and you're completely safe from them. Alright, so from this village, just over here on the same desert island, we see there is a ruined portal right here. Now, this ruined portal is partially buried underneath the sand, but upon removing some of the sand, we will quickly find a chest, as there is a loot chest on every one of these. And here's this one. It has some golden tools, 2 flint and steels, and some flint. Not the best loot, but it is always cool to have a ruined portal, and this one includes a gold block, which is quite useful. Right over here on this island, we see we have a full shipwreck, which is also an extremely rare thing to have. This one is made with dark oak and spruce, and it's basically a full shipwreck, so that's also a cool thing to have. If we kind of head underneath here into the captain's area and break some of these blocks, we will find ourselves a loot chest right back here, and it contains 9 iron ingots, 2 gold ingots, and 4 gold nuggets, which is pretty decent stuff just to grab right off. Going into the underneath of the shipwreck and breaking out some of the sand so that we can actually see what we're doing in here, we have another chest. This one contains 2 moss blocks and 1 piece of bamboo, as well as 11 carrots, 6 poisonous potatoes, 2 potatoes, and 17 wheat I believe, as well as a suspicious stew and some leather pants. Now these moss blocks here are super cool because that means you can unlock all the lush cave biome blocks just with this moss block and a bit of bone meal, which is cool. On the other side of the underside of the ship here, we can see we have a clock, we have some paper, a buried treasure map, and some feathers, so you could find yourself some treasure and know what time of day it is, which is just quite a nice thing to have right here near spawn. At spawn again, if we come right over here into the water that's just next to our spawn point, we see we actually have a warm ocean type ruins. These are, in my opinion, one of the prettiest type of ruins, and each one of these does contain a chest with decent loot. This one has a mending fishing rod, meaning you can get fishing infinitely actually, since you do get XP from that. Over here we see we have a buried treasure map, some coal, some wheat, give me a stone axe, but still, it's pretty good, and this beautiful structure here made out of sandstone, and just overall some really cool structures that you can explore and look at all the loot chests for to get yourself a good little bit of a bonus there when you first start up the world, because there's so much cool stuff underneath there in this large ocean ruin cluster next to the spawn point. Another cool feature near spawn is just over here to the west of spawn. We can see here we have a large coral reef. Now this isn't a warm ocean, and of course about 50% of warm oceans have coral reefs in them, but it's really cool to have this here. It's quite a large coral reef since it spans all the way over there, can't even see the edge of it, so quite a large structure. And overall you could use this for anything you want, but it's just nice to have kind of the warm biomes next to the other warm biomes, as it's a bit more appropriate to have a coral reef next to a jungle than it would be to have, let's say, icebergs next to a jungle, so that's just kind of a nice feature to have. Now traveling deep into the jungle, which I believe happens to be north, we see right over here there's some more water over here on the other side of the jungle, and there's actually a really interesting bit of a generation here, which is a jungle temple that generated completely in the water. Now this is actually really rare. I've never seen this before, but you can see here that it is a full jungle temple. And if we head into here, we can see we have the entire traps, all this kind of stuff. Looks like the zombies are actually setting off the traps, which is really funny. But there's some decent loot in here, some bones, just all kinds of decent stuff in here. And of course, going through the trap in here, which you can unlock if you want, we have some bamboo, a saddle, iron horse armor, and a bit of rotten flesh. but it's just kind of a nice thing to have, and of course it is quite rare for it to generate like that. There's the spawn point just down there, and there is the jungle temple that we were looking at. And just going into the jungle right next to the jungle temple here, we can see right down here, clearing up through the brush here, a ruined portal that is in the jungle. It's cool because these ruined portals do tend to generate specially for each biome. So for instance, this ruined portal has some jungle leaves on it, which is quite cool. We can see in the treasure chest, there's actually a decent amount of loot here. We have 4 gold ingots, a block of gold, flint and steel, a fire charge, 7 glistering melons, a looting 1 sword, and a ruined portal that is actually pure obsidian, meaning that if you had 1, 2, or actually just 3 more pieces of obsidian, you could light this up and go to the nether just with the materials here, plus 3 more obsidian, which is a pretty cool thing to have here. And careful for forest fires, because they'll definitely try and light the entire jungle on fire. So there you have it, a Minecraft seed with a village and a mushroom island, as well as some really other cool stuff, like this really weird generation of the mushroom island, as well as the jungle, all the features that has, and just overall a nice seed to play Minecraft in and enjoy the game. If you enjoyed that Minecraft seed, why not try it out for yourself? The seed is appearing on the screen right now, and if you type that in when creating a new world in Minecraft, under more world options, this world will be the one generated. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to press the like button. Make sure to subscribe, comment, share, all these things that help my channel and this video. I'll see you in the next one, and have a great day. Goodbye.